One of the best pieces of advice I can give a home seller is do not under any circumstances let somebody cringe in your house. My name is Brian Mayer with the Mayer Group of eXp Realty, and I want to talk to you today about why anybody who ever cringes in your house is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and I'm going to explain why. So there's a couple principles about the home buying process that you need to understand. And I'll start with this idea that people make emotional decisions when they're buying a house. I think as a home seller, a lot of times people think very practically, like I'm giving somebody a very nice home and it's got great bones and they are going to want to make it their own. So I am not going to go spending all this money and not get it back and put all these things in here and these fancy things, and then it might not be somebody else's taste, and then they're going to rip it all out. Then I went and spent $5,000 on this, that, and the other, and then they're going to spend $5,000 on this, that, and the other, and then they're out $5,000, and then I'm out $5,000, and it's just, that's a terrible idea. So I'm going to save my $5,000, and I'm going to sell my house with emerald green carpet in the living room that's got some, stains in it and kind of stinks, but you know what? It's only $2,000 to get new carpet. So I'm going to give them a carpet allowance. And I'll give them a $3,000 carpet allowance. So that way they can get some good Berber. All right. That's a horrible, 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 horrible idea. So it goes like this. People that are buying a house, another principle is you don't need a $600,000 house. You don't need a $500,000 house. You don't need a $400,000 house for shelter, to keep you warm and cold and out of the rain. You buy that because there's other things going on. So let's explore what some of those other things are. There's people in life that people are trying to impress. There's people in life that people are insecure about and want to not feel insecure. There's people in life that people are jealous of. There's people in life that people want to make other people proud. Okay, so I'm going to use a stereotypical young couple buying a house that are boyfriend, girlfriend, their fiance, whatever you call it, their fiancés to each other, and they're house shopping together. And they walk in your house and you have this emerald green, stinky, stained up carpet in the living room. If they walk in and they love your house, like it's in the right neighborhood, it's where their parents' neighborhood is, like they want to live near their parents, and it's just a great, great, great house on the outside, and it's big enough and all this fun stuff, and maybe you got granite in the kitchen, and they're like, well, my sister doesn't have granite, and this house has granite. It's great. They go in there and they see it. They walk into your living room and they cringe tens of thousands of dollars. So let me explain why. Again, using this scenario, what happens often is when, especially a young couple in particular, but anybody really, puts an offer in on a house and they get it accepted, somebody somewhere shares the link to it, and then everybody who's in their friend group on Facebook all pulls it up and they all look at it and they all gawk at it. Why? Because we're all keeping up with the Joneses. And guess what? The Joneses have a nice house. They have nice stuff. And when they click, 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 and they get to the picture of the carpet and they do that, when the young lady knows that her sister, who she's super jealous of, who has a really nice house that doesn't have cringy carpet, is going to see her cringy carpet, that's going to be very emotionally upsetting. That's not acceptable. So, okay, then we'll just go back to this idea of, like, logically, it's $5,000. I'll give them a $5,000 credit. We've already explained how the offer they're going to give you is based on the fact that they cringed in your house and that their sister is going to see that. Their friends are going to see that. You've already lost. But now let's talk about all the reasons why nobody wants to deal with this carpet problem. I'll give you one right off the bat, okay? My wife is sleeping in a hotel right now. I'm here working, and then when I leave here, I'm going to go to this hotel because my house is being painted. It's been being painted for about a week, Bedrooms were today. Valerie didn't want the little girl sleeping in the paint, so she decided to get a hotel. So there's that. All of my furniture is under plastic. I haven't been able to use my kitchen. I can't. And then my doors are getting painted. They're all in my driveway, so there's no door on my bathroom. That's fun. So that's a very, very, very cruddy situation. So, you can mix in, I don't feel like painting my house either. I don't want to paint it, and then they're going to want to paint it their color, right? Maybe. Or you could just paint it a neutral color, and then they can leave it like that until maybe they have some money, which brings me on to point number 2. You got to work with me on this, okay? Americans don't have money. And if they do have money, do they want to buy paint and carpet with the money? Let's just say, for instance, that they sold their house and it's 2021. We're all making money. They sold their house. They made a bunch of money, okay? If I sell a house and I make a bunch of money, do I want to go ahead and paint the whole house and get all new floors? Or do I want to buy a boat, a golf cart, wheels for my car, replace the boards on my deck? I got a list of 150 things I want to do before I buy paint and carpet. So that's a thing. I have to get out of my house. Then, what if I don't have the money? Now, I have to invite people to my house with stinky green carpet. That is a thing. How many people do you know that bought a house and then they had the intention of doing all these things and then they do it right before they sell it because they had all the best intentions? So here's another big thing. When young fiance and fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend are walking around the house. And no, I'll give you an even better one. This is the couple that has already bought their first one. And in the first one, the boyfriend at the time said, "Oh yeah, babe, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And we're going to paint this and we're going to get granite countertops. And I can see we're going to knock this wall out over here. And then we'll just go ahead and get hardwood floors in here. And we'll rip all this out over here." They didn't do any of that. He didn't do any of it. So now he starts getting that again. He's like, "All right, well, here's what we're going to do. It doesn't have a basement, but I'm going to dig out the basement. Yeah, I know somebody who did it. We can do it." And then I see over here in this room, he's like pushing on the wall. It's probably not load bearing. We're going to knock this wall out here. We're going to raise the roof up, put a second floor on. As soon as he turns around, the wife is going, "Brian, please no. Please no, Brian. Make it no. Like, I can't, please." So there's that. Husband and wife are not agreeing on that one. She knows he's not going to do it. He's confident he's going to do it. She's super irritated. And guess who's going to win? 9 times out of 10. It's not you. It's her. And she don't want your house because you got stinky carpet and you got stuff that needs to be done that she knows he's not going to do. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. It's just paneling." Yeah, it's paneling. It's paneling. It's not drywall. What are you going to do with paneling? Paint it? All right. There's that. So now let's talk about this idea of, like, you got this $5,000 carpet and you think that they're going to come in here and assume it's $5,000 and then they're just going to take $5,000 off the top. We've already established that the fact that they're upset is costing you tens of thousands of dollars. Now, you need to be aware that people do not know how much carpet costs. And they assume it costs more than it does. Not only that, maybe I don't want carpet. Maybe I want laminate. And maybe I think that costs twice as much. And then maybe in order to get this laminate, I'm going to have to invite this guy over my house who's going to breathe on me. And then he's going to tell me that, well, yeah, you could get that stuff there, but you really need to get this stuff here because it has the ceramitol on it, and it's got the wherewithal, and you need to get this, and this costs twice as much. Now the $3,000 carpet costs $10,000, and the wife's like, well, we got to get the wherewithal, and where's Brian's boat now? Gone. That's a problem. So you got to deal with that. It's not $3,000 in their mind. It's like $10,000. And they don't have $10,000. And if they did, they don't want to spend it on your floor. And then they got to rip it all out. Where are they going to live? They got kids running around and construction workers and weird people coming in their house that they don't know at days in a row and all that stuff. It's a horrible, horrible idea, guys. It's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Literally, just emerald green carpet can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So what's the solution? The solution is you need to be aware of that first. Okay? It's like you have a problem. What's the first step? Admit you have a problem. Okay? What's step 2? You got to ask for help. So in my situation, I hire a professional decorating consultant to meet with you, so that I'm not the one that tells you that your emerald green carpet that's going to make people cringe has to go. I let her tell you that. But then the question behind that one is, okay, well then what should we get? Well, she can answer that question. So if you're not going to hire me, or you're not around here, you need to find somebody who is really good at decorating, who can tell you what to do. Then you have to talk yourself into doing this. And hopefully by watching this video, you've come around to the idea that this is a worthwhile endeavor, because while on one hand people are risk adverse and loss adverse, they feel like they don't want to lose money, you need to understand that when 30% of those people never show up, because 30% of people do not want fixer-uppers under any circumstances. That's the other thing. Like, there's people that will never, you won't know about them. You will never be in that discussion about the $5,000 carpet, because they will never show up, because they're not getting involved with that. That's what that is. They're not getting involved with it. They only want move-in ready, beautiful houses. The more beautiful it is, the more they're willing to pay. Do they care about $10,000 in a payment? It's $40 a month. $10,000 out of my bank, that's my boat. That's the difference. $40 a month, or you've just taken my boat money. That's a big problem. They're not showing up at all, those people. So you don't even know about them. So you've now lost the opportunity to sell your house to those people. I forget my last point about that, but it was it's something I'll remember as soon as I finish this video. So anyway, I hope that by understanding this principle, you will agree. Oh, I was talking about risk adversement and then losing money. So you need to understand that while you're concerned about losing the $3,000 that you might invest in the carpet that somebody else might rip out, which never, ever, ever happens, by the way, as long as you don't replace it with blue carpet, it's got to be beige carpet, the long, what they call the house flipper carpet, or better yet, skip the carpet. Laminate. Waterproof laminate everywhere. Go with a medium brown if you don't know what to do, but probably a gray would be better depending on what your wall colors are, and you'll be fine. It's not that much money. You should be able to get it for about $4 to $5 installed per square foot, and it's not that much money. So I hope that, okay, so again, the risk, the loss aversion. You have to understand that while you might not want to lose $3,000, are you okay with losing $10,000 or $20,000? And I think for some people, they never see the $20,000, so they don't think they're losing the $20,000. I'm assuring you that you're losing $20,000 if your house is cringeworthy and that you have a deal house. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Like, the people that do want to do all of this, so a lot of people, the deal people, the people that are looking for a deal, that own a home, they want to sell a home. They don't want to fix their house up because they don't like to spend money, because they feel like anything you spend is money you lost. So it's like you start with $100 and then every dollar you spend is gone. So if I spend, and I got to hire a real estate agent, that's expensive. I got to pay closing costs, that's expensive. I'm not spending any more because I'm going to lose all my $100. Reality is, it doesn't work that way. Like, the perceived value of your home is on a curve. Two houses that are identical structurally right next to each other on the same street at the end of a cul-de-sac, one's on the left and one's on the right, one's fixed up and one's not, sell for extremely different prices. And it's not relative to how much got spent. Like, $10,000 doesn't get you $10,000. And in a lot of people's minds, $10,000 gets you $8,000. That's not real. It's most likely $30,000 to $40,000 depending on what you do. So the deal people think that that they should sell their house that way. You do not, under any circumstances in any universe, want to sell your house to a deal person. Unless you just want a cash offer. Like, then you do. You just want to find that person who's willing to give you the most money for the fixer-upper. And then you find that person who's crazy enough to talk their wife into letting them buy this house that needs everything. And they're out there. You'll find them. But the deal is tens and tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars out the window. So my conversations are always around, you do not want to sell your house to anybody who is yard sale shopping for houses type thing. First of all, there's no deals in this market right now, but there is relative to the conditions of houses. So that's it, guys. I hope that in some way I've improved your perception of what it takes to sell your house, in the sense that you'll probably do the things you need to do, and under no circumstances should you let somebody cringe in your house, because you will lose tens of thousands of dollars. If you want to check out how we sell houses for more money, check out homesellingadvice.net. And it'll take you to my website. You can watch some videos on there with some information on what we do a little bit different and why you should hire us to sell your house. I hope you found this helpful and informative. This is Brian Mayer with the Mayer Group at eXp Realty. Make it a fantastic day.